Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Yesterday, we brought you the news that a faction of Miyetti Allah, called Miyetti Allah Kota Ho, have opposed the ban imposed on open grazing of cattle in the southwest geopolitical zone. They made some very strong statement pointing to the fact that they have little or no respect for the law. They said that the issue of open grazing is dated back to the days of Moses, and they are not willing to change except something drastic is done. But right now, the Yoruba nation, the Southwest geopolitical zone, have fired back at him, and we're going to be looking at that in a jiffy. But before we continue, if you've not subscribed to our channel, just hit the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish the videos. According to the news, the Southwest Governors, Yoruba Council of Elders, and Agbekoya Farmers Society yesterday took a swipe at the Miyetti Allah Kota Ho for opposing the ban imposed on open grazing of cattle in the region. The association has insisted that the ban was tantamount to an eviction notice. Secretary General of Miyetti Allah Kota Ho, Saleh Al-Hassan, in an interview, had said the ban on open grazing was targeted at destroying the means of livelihood of herdsmen and radicalized the herders. This came as Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal called for a review of the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS protocol on free movement to check the influx of foreign herders into Nigeria. Al-Hassan had said the Southwest governors can't put an end to open grazing by fiat because grazing is not motorcycle business. There must be an alternative. Secondly, if they say they are going to end open grazing, what is the timeline for it? According to him, he said, and I quote, they want to displace herders from where they earn their livelihood. It is not different from an eviction notice. It is just putting the eviction notice into effect. This is very unfortunate because they cannot come out to say they are embracing peaceful herders and then say they are ending open grazing. What do they mean by that? Is they close grazing? Reacting to Miyetti Allah's submission that they won't obey Southwest Governors' ban on open grazing, the chairman, Southwest Governors Forum, Rotimi Akeredolu, who spoke through his chief press secretary, Richard Olatunde, said, and I quote, "It is instructive to strongly note and aver that anyone or group that desires to flout legal policy directions of state authorities in the region does that at its own peril." In his reaction, the Secretary General of YCE, Yoruba Council of Elders, Dr. Kunle Olajide, said such statement portended danger for the continued existence of the country. Olajide said, and I quote, "They are only trying to abuse their fundamental human right of freedom of speech, but we dare them to violate the laws of the land, some of which have been passed by the state houses of assembly. They will be arrested and prosecuted. Once governors make law which they have right to do by proposing to the House of Assembly, and once the Assembly rectifies it and the governors are seen with their signature, it becomes a law of the state, and anyone who disobeys such law will face the consequences. For me, it is important to worry about the law permits or to worry about. Sorry, I'll take that again. Said, for me, it is nothing to worry about. The law permits all Nigerians to reside in all parts of the country and do any legitimate business, but in line with the laws of the host state. Freedom to reside anywhere does not give you the freedom to violate laws. We are not in a lawless country. We cannot just go to any northern part of the country and engage in activities contrary to the law of the land. I know that the ban on open grazing would help to ameliorate the insecurity situation and the farmer-herders clashes. Those who are ready to disobey the policy should go ahead, but once 2 or 3 of them are arrested, prosecuted, and convicted according to the provision of the law of the land, others will not be told to comply. On its part, Adekoke Farmer Association chided the leadership of Miyetti Allah Kota Ho over their refusal to obey the Southwest Governors Forum Grazing law, saying there will be consequences if they fail to obey the law. President General of the group, Chief Kamorudin Okikiola, said, "Can a Southerner or Yoruba man living in the north refuse to obey the Sharia law or any other law of the northern state? Yoruba people have been very accommodating, but if we are pushed to the wall, we are going to fire back. How can a group of people under the business name or an association come out openly to say that they cannot obey the law of the state where they are operating their business, even if the law affects their business? We call on the Southwest governors to put everything in place to make sure the open grazing law is effectively obeyed to avoid and put to an end clashes between the farmers and herdsmen in the Southwest." Okikiola reiterated that the effective solution to the problems of clashes between farmers and herdsmen was to stop open grazing, stressing that those interested in rearing cattle must by all means establish cattle ranches, as it is done in other countries of the world. The days of open grazing are gone, and anyone that is interested in rearing cattle should establish a cattle ranch. We are warning the members of the Miyetti Allah cohort to be ready to obey the open grazing law in Southwest or face the rod of the law and other consequences, he said. Now, this is a good one from the Southwest. One of the most interesting parts of the Southwestern resident or people of the South, we're talking about Yoruba precisely, is the power of oneness. Now, ever since they brought out that anti-open grazing law, there had been no governor that violates it or do not want it to come into play. And Akeredolu is one man that I would like to celebrate him because he's very stringent. He stands by his word. He does not play with the protection of life and properties of his people. Whenever issues come up and he stands his ground, you can't shift him. I could still remember when during the period he was going for the second term, the issue of this Amotekun also came up during that period. Expectation was that possibly if he doesn't oblige, if he doesn't accept to let go of Amotekun, then they won't give him the second, they won't give him opportunity to win the, second term. He said, "I wouldn't mind to trade this ticket on the platform of Amotekun being established." That was something very few governors can do that. I don't even think that if there's any in Nigeria that can do that. Be ready to trade. He knew that the people who will vote will be his people, and he has full grasp of the place. So I don't mind what will happen, but hey, I must ensure that this Amotekun security network stands. And today we have Amotekun in Ondo State. Now, this is not, you won't see it anywhere. Look at your state, what they are currently passing through. Ogun State is even the word that I don't know what the man is doing about it. But I just have to say so much respect to the person of Rotimi Akeredolu and every other person who have stood their ground and to enforce the anti-open grazing law, because that is the only way they can quell the crisis between herders and, farmers. It's been so normal. It's been happening virtually every day. So I think this is a right step in the right direction. I feel strongly that these guys are going to talk sooner than we expect, talking about Miyetti Allah. Now that the Governors Forum, Southwest Governor Forum, are fired back alongside the Yoruba Council of Elders and other farmer association as fired back. They are going to be speaking very soon. And get ready, we're bringing all of that your way. But just go to our comment section. Let's interact. What do you have to say about the response or the swipe made by the Southwest Governor to that faction of Miyetti Allah?